Hey YouTube, what's up, what's up, what's up? What's poppin'? I missed you guys. I'm joking, it's only been a week. Anyways, I'm here back at it again with the back at it again to come and share another crazy story time with you guys. As you can tell by the title, you probably like, wait, what? But yes, you did not read it wrong. This is the time that I had to file a harassment claim against my manager. So let's get into the video. So, if you follow me on Snapchat, if you don't already, it's BSIX13, B613. Follow me on Snapchat. If you follow me on Snapchat, this story is not going to be about my current place of employment. Everybody knows I love my current place of employment, and I definitely don't think I'll ever have a reason to file harassment there. Anyways, this was back in 2015. 2015, I was working at a restaurant. And you know what? I really loved this restaurant. I still go to this restaurant. Like, it's still litty. Like, the food's popping. I still miss some of my fellow coworkers. So, I don't really have a bad issue with this restaurant. So anyways, I used to work at this restaurant and I was a hostess. And everybody loved me. Like, I'm not even trying to like gas myself, but like everybody just loved my personality. Like, I was super bubbly, super funny, like always doing the most. Like, I was a fun person to have on their team. At the time, well, at the time there. So anyways, at the time, there was this lady who worked there, and I should not even call her a lady, because a lady's for somebody who's older than you that you respect. So there was a little girl. There's this girl who worked there. We're not too far off in age. She was the night shift leader. She was actually one of the people who trained me when I had first started working there. And me and her was mad cool. Like, we was tight. For the sake of the video, I'm gonna call her Bird, because that's really what I think she is. So me and Bird was mad cool. Like, I'm talking like texting cool, like, oh my gosh, girl, like, can you do my hair, can you put my hair in a French braid? Like, cool. Because you know how like people, when they want to appropriate culture, like they always want to, girl, can you put braids in my hair? And I'm just like, sure. So anyways, we were cool. Bird was basically applying to go up in the company, and I was even like the one to like message Bird and be like, oh my God, like, you're gonna get it, don't worry, everything's gonna go great. On the day of her interview, like, we were all chilling. It was cool, like, I'm telling her, fixing up her hair in the bathroom, I'm like, yes girl, you wear the right dress. Like, we were okay, like, we were friends. Anyways, Bird did get the position. She moved up, and she basically got like assistant manager. Congratulations. Like, I was so happy for her. Anyways, a couple of weeks later, I realized that Bird unfollowed me on Instagram. So I was just like, oh, okay. I didn't say nothing to her, but I was just like, all right, I don't know why you don't want to follow me, but cool, I'm not really going to beg for your follow. And then I realized, like, at work, she had, like, a little bit of an attitude. So I'm like, is she okay? Like, is it, like, that time of the month? Like, I'm not understanding. So I let it go on for, like, about a week. Didn't say nothing. Then, Bird continued to have attitude. So I'm like, okay, so now it's personal. Like, it's deep. All right, I got you. Basically, it rolls around to Valentine's Day weekend, and I had the 13th of Valentine's Day, or of the Valentine's Day weekend, because Valentine's was on the Saturday, and the Friday, which was the 13th, is what I had booked off. So basically, this restaurant did not do direct deposit. Like, you had to go in and pick up a check. So on the 13th, I got my dad to take me to the restaurant to go pick up my check. It happened to be in the middle of like the rush hour for like the lunchtime, but like, that's not my business. You see, when 12 o'clock on payday comes, you better have my money. Like, this is the money I worked for. Like, check ready, check not ready, like, have my money. So I went, I saw Bird. she's trying to like fan me off, like, oh, the checks are not she's like, the checks are not filed yet. Okay. I'm not asking you to file them, to be honest. I'm just asking you, go find my check and give them to me. So she's just blowing me off. My dad's out in the car waiting for me to get my check. Like, it's supposed to be an in and out process. Everyone's like, why don't you just go take your check from the back? But, like, I didn't want to be that kind of person, because if anybody else's check goes missing, I don't want to hear, oh, she went to the back and she took up the check. She probably took so-and-so's check. Like, I'm not dealing with that. Anyways, at the time, this girl that I know, she was the lead hostess. So she's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go and talk to her. So she goes to ask her, and basically she's like, if this is about Charlie's check, like, I don't want to hear it. Like, it's not processed yet. So she's like, oh, now you're going to come give me attitude too? Okay, bird, you in your bag. Like, you're really in your bag. So now my dad comes into the workplace. And whenever my dad has to handle a situation, like, I get nervous because, like, he's like a bull in a china shop. Like, it's not going to end pretty. So my dad comes in, he's like, where's your check? And I'm like, well, I didn't get it yet. And he's like, I have work to go to. They just go get your check. Like, who do I talk to? So the girl who had asked her about my check before, oh my God, goes and points out Bird. And she's like, right over there in the purple pants. I was just like, okay, this is gonna get real. So my dad goes up to her and he's like, hi, says my name's father. I have to go to work, so just go to the back and go get her check. No bagalong talking. She went and got my check. I guess, like, the Jamaican tone in my dad really had her, like, shook. But she made sure she produced my check, okay? But mind you, when she comes to give me the check, she's like, here. So I'm like, okay, you getting mad petty, but you know what? I'm not even going to let you get to me. So now it's Family Day, the 16th. I don't know if in America you guys celebrate Family Day, but here in Canada we celebrate Family Day, and it's the 16th of February. So it's Family Day, and I go into work, trying to work that time and a half shmoney. And I do sit her down. I sit down Bird, and I'm like, okay, I just want to talk about what happened on Friday, because I didn't want to leave, like, a bad taste in her mouth, especially because, like, my dad had to come in and all of that stuff. So I went to her and I spoke to her, and I was just like, I felt like the whole thing was completely unnecessary. Like, there was no processing that really needed to be done to the checks. Like, you guys don't even have to sign off on them. Like, all you do is file them alphabetically, which you don't even do right half the time. Like, I just needed my check. My dad was in a rush, and I just felt like you were not respecting me. And she said her parts, and I'm just like, I feel uncomfortable by your attitude lately. Like, it's really not making me feel secure here. So now I'm coming to my manager, letting them know, like, you're not making me feel comfortable in my work environment. I'm thinking, even if she doesn't mean it, I'm thinking she's going to hit me with I'm sorry. Like, that wasn't my intentions. Like, we love to have you as a part of our team. Like, like the cheesy, cliche manager lines. Oh, no. Like, she hit me with well, if you don't want to be here, like, you don't have to be here. So I'm here like, it's like that. Like, if I don't want to be here, I don't have to be here. Okay. But I wasn't going to let it get to me, because I was like, I need my coin. Like, I'm not going to let you deter me from working there. Plus, there was another hostess that she didn't like, that she was basically trying to get quit by, like, being mean to her and, like, cutting down her shifts. So I was like, you're not about to play me. So anyways, months went on back and forth. So between February and May, because May is when I filed the harassment claim. So between February and May, I dealt with back and forth attitude. So I'm just like, okay. I had finished school, because I was working this restaurant job while I was in school. So I had finished my semester in April. So from April, she had asked me via email what my availability would be moving forward for the summer. So I let her know, like, I have open availability. Like, I can do between 5 to 6 shifts a week and rate. So she was like, okay, good, perfect. Like, now we have like an email thread, her agreeing to my availability and what I can get in terms of my position now being the lead hostess at this restaurant. So I was expecting to get between 5 to 6 shifts. Okay. So I was getting like 4 to 5 shifts a week, and it was blessed. Like, everything was good. All of a sudden, I started realizing, like, I'm getting like 2 shifts, 1 shift a week. So I'm like, huh? Like, what is going on here? And this was happening for like 2 weeks before I said something. So I was like, okay, no. I was like, no, like, you're not about to play with my bread. Like, you're not gonna try to take my coin from me. Like, you're bugging. So I sit her down second time. When I sit her down, I'm like, hey, bird, I just want to talk to you to, you know, basically kind of understand, like, why I'm not getting as many shifts as I was supposed to be getting. I was like, is it because, like, you guys hired new hostess and, like, they need to get, like, training done, or, like, what is the case? She was like, oh, well, you know, the schedule is merit-based. So it's based off of your attitude and your performance in the workplace. And I just feel like your attitude and your performance hasn't been up to par. So when it gets better, then I'll start working, I'll start putting you on the schedule more. So I'm sitting here like so confused because I'm getting like reviews from customers, like positive reviews from customers that are even posted on the backboard in the back room. I'm getting positive reviews from customers because of my customer service skills. Like, every shift that I work, everybody's always laughing and having a good time. Customers are always saying nice positive things to me. So I'm not understanding where this bad attitude, poor performance, shenanigan line is coming from. So I said to her, I'm like, okay, understandably so. I'm like, quick question though. How can you judge my attitude or my performance when 95% of the time we do not work together? And when we do work together, we barely interact. You don't really talk to me. So how can you come to this conclusion? She looked me in my face and she was like, well, I don't have to talk to you. Oh, okay. She's like, and I don't have to work with you either. I have my night staff. I have my other supporting staff. And they tell me. They let me know. And so I'm here thinking like, okay, which one of y'all is snaking me? Because I'm cool with all y'all. So I was just like, okay, cool. No problem. Ended it there. I didn't say anything. I was so mad. I remember I went to the bathroom, cried. I was so cheesed because if I was younger than 19 with nothing to lose, I would have snatched her from across the table or flipped every table in that restaurant with zero cares to give. Like, you're not going to attack my character like that. Like, I'm so sorry, but you're just not going to do it. Anyway, I was ready to quit then and there. But I was like, no, like, I'm not a punk. Like, I do not go out like this. Like, I deadass do not go out like this. So 7 o'clock in the morning the next day, I wake up, I head on the restaurant's website, and I look up the workplace policy. So I come across workplace harassment, and I looked at everything on that website that constitutes as workplace harassment by their codes. Okay? Right there it said, if you feel uncomfortable in a work environment by a particular person, their behaviors and actions, or whatever else it says, because behaviors is like another word for actions, that's workplace harassment. So I was like, okay, boom, I have a case. I'm like, oh, you thought you were going to disrespect me? Oh, no, honey, I'm here to let you know that you're not going to do that. I start writing up a long, lengthy email to the HR department. I attached our email threads, everything that was said between us. I let them know specific dates on which I had sit-downs with her to let her know how I was feeling about her making me feel uncomfortable in the environment. I also let them know about her responses to me. Plus, I let them know that I knew she was trying to either get me to quit or whatever the case may have been. She didn't want to fire me, but they would have to pay me severance. Like, she was trying to get me to quit by cutting down my shifts because she had sent text messages about doing the same thing to another employee, and I had the text message. I told them, I'm like, if you guys do not take care of this in a timely manner, I'll then go to the Ministry of Labor. Sincerely, yours truly. Oh, by 11 o'clock that day, I get a call from the regional manager of the restaurant. And she's like, I'm very sorry that you feel this way. Like, I'm sorry that it's had to come to this. But, we're definitely going to take care of it. Because no company's trying to hear the labor board or none of that. So now, it's Victoria weekend. And so I think this is like May 14th or something like that. And the regional manager calls me. She's like, okay, well, today's the day that I'm going to come in and we're going to resolve this problem. She's like, I'm going to go into the restaurant. Nobody is going to know why I'm going in there. And we're going to have to review this email and everything else. To be honest, the way the company had handled it was extremely savage. Like, they seriously, like, popped up on her, made it seem like they were just there for, like, a routine visit, and then, boom, show her the email. And so now she starts crying because I laid out everything, and I have all the evidence. Like, I'm not going to make no big claims if I don't have no evidence. I walk into the restaurant now so I could be joined in the meeting, and this girl's bawling her eyes out. Bawling her eyes out. And she's just like, oh my God, like, I'm so sorry. Like, I never knew you felt this way. I'm sitting here across the table like, what do you mean? Like, I sat down and I talked to you twice. And I let you know that you're making me feel uncomfortable and that I was not feeling your attitude. But okay. And they were just like, like, I think we just need to reset and start over and build anew, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, after that meeting, I bet you right that I got back my 4 to 5 shifts a week. Yup. I bet you right that she ain't give me no more attitude until I decided to quit. Yeah. So, long story short, I told y'all this story because sometimes we're in work environments where we feel like we have to settle. Like, we feel like we have to be okay with authoritative figures talking down to us or talking poorly to us and not communicating with us. And I'm here to let you guys know, like, no, it's not like that. If you feel uncomfortable by your manager, if you feel uncomfortable by your district manager, if you feel uncomfortable by your coworker who is in the same position as you, part-time or full-time, first of all, you need to go have a conversation with that person and you let them know. And when you have that conversation with that person, you document it. You write it down. You put a note in your phone, the time, you put down the key points, or you write it down in a little journal. If it continues to happen, you go to someone higher up. You bring out your evidence. You say, look, I already tried to diffuse this at my level and it didn't work. So now you need to diffuse it. You document when you went to go try and talk to somebody higher up. You write down the key points, you write down the date and the time. If that person cannot help you, they must have somebody that they have to answer to. You never sit down in a work environment and settle for any type of garbage anyone's going to throw at you. Don't let anybody attack your character at work. Like, if you're really not performing, well, then you kind of have to take the L and take whatever people say to you. But if you're performing and you're doing your job effectively, don't let nobody attack your character at work. Don't let nobody tell you what you can and what you cannot do at work. Like, you make sure that you feel comfortable in your work environment at all costs, at all point in times. Like, workplace harassment isn't just like someone groping your butt or talking sexually to you. Like, everybody always jumps and thinks like that's workplace harassment. No. Workplace harassment is honestly someone making you feel uncomfortable, someone attacking you as an individual for what you are, for who you are. Don't sit there. Don't settle for that. Don't let that be okay in your life. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. I'm coming back with more F-Boy Chronicles very, very, very soon. So I know I'll be giving you guys a whole lot more laughs with that. But this story was really just to let you know, like, make sure you always feel comfortable in your work environment. Anyways, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.